Premier League Brentford vs Everton prediction, team news, lineups preview. Inform sides Brentford and Everton go head-to-head at the GTEC Community Stadium in the Premier League on Wednesday night. Brentford enjoyed a thumping 4-0 win over Leicester City on Friday to bolster their chances of European football, while Everton were impressive once again despite failing to see out their clash with Manchester United the following day. Match preview. A resounding win over the Foxes in the Friday night Premier League fixture allowed Brentford to enjoy the weekend safe in the knowledge that they are now firmly in a race for Europe. That win moved the Bees into 11th, and they were initially just 2 points off the top 8, but even though Aston Villa won to stretch that gap to 5 points, Thomas Frank's men have a game in hand over them. Brentford are now in scintillating form on the road following 4 straight-away wins, but they are desperately looking to rediscover home comforts at the GTEC. In mid-December, Brentford had the most home wins 7, points 22 and goals 26 in the division, but in the past 2 months, they have taken just 1 point from a possible 15 here, and even that came in dramatic circumstances with a late comeback against Manchester City. Frank's side also have their difficulties under the lights, as well as against Everton, because they are still awaiting a first-ever midweek Premier League win, drawn 3, lost 4. While they are 5 without victory against their upcoming opponents. The hosts completed a league double over Everton in their first season as a Premier League club in 2021-22. But they have not beaten them since, even though they did earn a very positive point at Goodison Park earlier in the season, playing more than half of the game with 10 men. While that result was not what Everton wanted, it did see them keep a third clean sheet in 4 games against Brentford, but they have all come at Goodison, with the Toffees conceding exactly 1 goal on their 3 previous visits here. That mattered little last season, as Everton won 3-1 here for their first win of the 2023-24 season, and they would love a repeat of that to get over the anger of frustration of letting a 2-goal lead slip at home to Man United at the weekend. David Moyes' side blew the Red Devils away in the first half, leading 2-0, but a sluggish second-half display saw United level the score in the latter stages, before Everton were denied an injury-time penalty by a bizarre VAR intervention which has been widely criticized by pundits and former referees. Nevertheless, another point means Everton are unbeaten in 6 league games, and have taken more points than any other team in the league in that time. In Moyes' 4 home games, Everton have scored at least twice on each occasion, managing that feat for the first time in 8 years, while they have rediscovered their defensive stability too, with their 4 lowest XG conceded tallies all coming under Moyes. Even away from home, Moyes has had a profound impact, winning both matches since taking charge, at Brighton Hove Albion and Crystal Palace, and the visiting manager will look to overturn another negative recent record. Because Everton have failed to win any of their previous 15 away nighttime matches in the Premier League. Team news. Brentford were without defender Sepp van den Berg for their trip to Leicester. But the well-timed return of Ethan Pinnock alleviated that, and the Jamaican should partner Nathan Collins once more. Just over 6 weeks after returning from injury, Matthias Jensen is on the sidelines again with an adductor injury that will keep him out until next month. Meaning he will miss out along with Aaron Hickey, Rico Henry, Josh Da Silva, and Igor Thiago. Christian Norgard netted Brentford's 3rd goal at the King Power, but was then subbed off at half-time, with manager Frank citing illness as the reason, making him a doubt for this one. Norgard's Danish compatriot Jesper Lindstrom was also forced off with illness for Everton the following day, and is doubtful too, with the visitors severely lacking in wide options due to the knee injuries suffered by Iliman Ndiaye and Dwight McNeil. Abdoulaye Doucouré rather surprisingly came straight back into the Everton 11 against Man United. replacing Carlos Alcaraz, who scored and assisted in the win over Palace. But the Malian midfielder equaled the new signing's feat in an excellent first-half performance on Saturday. Beto's sensational run continued with another goal at the weekend, becoming the first Everton player since Richarlison 4 years ago to net in 4 successive league outings, meaning they are not missing the injured duo of Dominic Calvert-Lewin or Armando Broja at present. Brentford possible starting lineup: Flecken, Ajur, Pinnock, Collins, Lewis Potter, Janelt, Norgard, Mbumo, Damsgaard, Shade, Wissa. Everton possible starting lineup: Pickford, O'Brien, Tarkowski, Branthwaite, Michalenko, Lindstrom, Gay, Garner, Ducour, Harrison, Beto. We say, Brentford 1-1 Everton. Moyes has won both away games since taking charge of Everton against challenging mid-table opponents, and Brentford will provide a similar test, with the hosts now dreaming of Europe. A win for either side would be important in moving them up the table, but it is a very tough game to call, with both in excellent form, and a draw could well be the most likely outcome. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.